everyone, my name is Krista Tominski. I'm the admissions recruiter here at Orlando College of Osteopathic Medicine, and today I'm going to take you on a tour of our beautiful campus. This is a 360-degree tour, so please be sure that you're clicking around and getting every view that you can. Let's take a look. Come on in. So as we enter the campus, definitely click around. We have one of the most beautiful atriums I've ever seen. Click up to the top and make sure you check out our chandelier. It is absolutely gorgeous. All of the artwork and the bright lights around really brighten up the space. You'll see behind me, that's our reception desk where everyone, students, faculty, staff will check in, just so we have a tie on whoever's coming in and out of the campus at all times. As we make our way over here, we have a great cafe area. This is available for everyone in OCOM. We've got some grab and go snacks, salads, sandwiches, beverages. There's a coffee machine. And we also have a seating area as well for everyone. Let's go check out the auditorium. Now we are in our auditorium. We have two of them, both look exactly the same. Click around just to get a nice view of the space. Each auditorium fits 200 students. They're exactly the same, designed exactly the same way. Each room is equipped with top-of-the-line audio-visual, which I'll show you some of the features that we have right here. Every student has access to a power bank so they can charge up their devices. They also have access to this push-to-talk microphone. So if a student has a question, they'll tap the microphone to turn it on. That way everyone can not only hear, but they can also see what's going on with the student asking the question. So click around, you can see I'm on screen right now. These rooms are going to be used for testing, smaller group learning, maybe student organizations and things like that. We have a technician in the back that will operate the audio-visual so the professor or proctor can focus on what they're doing. Just a really great space, really bright and inviting as well. Now I'm going to take you over to the OMM lab. Now you can join me in our OMM, or Osteopathic Manipulative Medicine lab. This is a great space, tons of natural lighting, and this is where our students learn the practice of OMM. As you see, I'm approaching a stage here. This is where the instructor lives. On a raised stage, there's tons of great audio-visual in here as well. You'll see a camera right above, and then there's two right in front of me if you click around to look. Those ensure that everyone in the classroom can see what's going on with the instructor. So they'll show up not only on the screens behind me, but there's also some great screens set up here in the back so the folks in the back can see. The lab can fit 100 students, 2 per table. And then if you click around, right behind me, you can see we have an accommodation room. So that's for any student that wants to participate with the class, but for religious reasons or personal reasons, if they need to be in an accommodation space, they're still able to attend class with their classmates in their accommodation space. So just a great room. Students are really engaged with OMM here at OCOM, and we love having them in this space. Wellness is one of the core values here at OCOM, so you'll start to see elements of that scattered throughout the campus, starting with our spiritual room. Take a look around. This is available to any of our students that would like to use it. Right across from the spiritual room, we actually have the locker room for the gym, so that has showers, there's changing rooms inside, also additional gym lockers available as well. But I know what everyone really wants to see, and that's the gym, so let me take you over there and we'll take a look. So just right next to the gym locker room is the gym itself. There's also access to the gym from the locker room, in addition to this entrance. So this is our gym. Feel free to click around. We've got everything in here that you could possibly imagine. We've got free weights, cardio, machines. This is available to all students, faculty, and staff whenever they'd like to come in here. And then that's right over there is the entrance from the locker room that you can gain access to the gym as well. Feel free to click around to check out all of the equipment that we have available for everyone. And as great as working out is, sometimes you just need to take a break. So let's go check out our student lounge. As I mentioned earlier, wellness is one of OCOM's core values, and as much as we want to offer our students a great academic experience, we also want to give them some time to focus on their mental health. So this is our student lounge, which is just that, a great area for students to disconnect, unwind, maybe spend some time with their classmates or their professors, and really just kind of take away a break from the academic piece of OCOM. So there's great natural lighting, amazing views around as you can see, so feel free to click around and just check out the space. As we round the corner here, there's an amazing kitchen area. We've got industrial size refrigerators, freezers, microwaves. There's an ice machine for any student that brings their lunch and wants to prepare it while they're here in the student lounge. And then right over here, if you click around outside, you can see there is Lake Ingram. Around Lake Ingram, there's a 1.5 mile walking trail if anyone wants to get outside and get some fresh air, just to enjoy, again, some more wellness in their day at OCOM. All right, that's our student lounge. Right now we're gonna go check out the simulation area. So the first part of our simulation area are our OSCE suites. What happens over here is we hired paid actors or standardized patients, and the students get experience working with a real patient. So the patient will be seated here in the waiting room. Feel free to click around and take a look. It's set up just like a doctor's office waiting room. Once the student grabs their patient, they're gonna bring them back to the exam room. We have 13 exam rooms, so click around in the hallway just to see how vast the area is. Once the student grabs their patient, they'll come back into this exam room just like this. They'll go over symptoms, come up with a diagnosis, and come up with a care plan with the patient. You'll notice though, if you click around the room, see all of the features in here, it's set up just like a real doctor's office, which is awesome, but you'll see there's a camera up top. So during the student's interaction with the standardized patient, they will be observed by their instructor. And at the conclusion of this activity, they'll be brought back to a debrief room where they'll kind of go over things that went well, maybe areas that need to be improved on. And then as your time at OCOM progresses, the cases will get a little more intricate and maybe throw in some curveballs along the way. Let's go check out the other side of the simulation area. So the area that we came from is giving students one-on-one experience in an outpatient setting. On this side, it's more group-based activities in an inpatient setting. So on this side, students are gonna learn how to birth a baby, how to deal with emergency situations, and how to administer anesthesia. So to start, this is Lucina. She's our pregnant mannequin. That's her baby, Luna. In this space, students will learn how to deliver a child. So Lucina is equipped to do natural birth. She can do C-section, breech birth. She can hold blood, so they can do a hemorrhaging exercise if they need to. Click around and take a look at the room. There's a lot of cool stuff in here. You'll also notice these mirrors. Those are actually two-way mirrors that the technician sits on the other side to make sure that they are operating Lucina to do whatever they need her to do. Childbirth is a very stressful experience, so they might raise her blood pressure on the monitors just to give students the experience of dealing with changing vital signs as well. Again, feel free to click around. There's tons of stuff going on in this space, very exciting. I'm gonna take you into the next room here. So in this space, students are gonna learn how to administer anesthesia. Click around, again, lots of cool equipment and things going on in here. If you see right behind the patient, all of those gas lines are live gas lines, so students are gonna have experience with live gases. They'll also have experience with a crashing patient, and we might even bring some of the standardized patients from across the hall over into here to maybe act as a nurse that has an attitude problem, or maybe a parent that's trying to get involved when the patient is crashing, just to really give our students every experience they could possibly imagine before they're in the hospital. So as I make my way out, make sure you click around. We've got plenty of rooms. Each mannequin's a little bit different just to give students every experience that they could possibly be handed in the hospital. And then if you click over here, you'll see we have a hand washing station. As basic as washing your hands is, that's a very important piece of our curriculum. So we're gonna teach you how to properly wash your hands. And then like I mentioned, in the other space and then this space as well, there's a camera in the room that your instructor is observing all of your activities. And once you're done with each of these simulations, they'll take you back to this beautiful debrief room. Click around, tons of natural lighting. You'll see a monitor behind me. They're gonna bring up whatever happened in that simulation on the monitor, kind of go over areas that went well, like, hey, you had a great bedside manner, keep up the great work, or hey, you forgot to introduce yourself to the patient, make sure you tell them your name next time. And then each time the simulation might get a little more intense or a little more intricate as you continue on with OCOM. So follow me and let's go check out one of our classrooms next. As you can see in our spacious hallway, we have tons of lockers. Every student is assigned their own locker when they come to OCOM. Now I'm taking you inside of one of our classrooms. We have two of them. They'll be used for smaller group learning. If there's any student organizations that like to use the space, click around, see the great views that the room has to offer. Fully equipped with audio-visual, just like our auditorium. So there's screens, projectors, microphones, everything you could possibly need in this space. As we make our way down the hallway, I just wanted to point out our mother's room. This is available to any of our mothers on campus. So there's a very comfortable chair, a refrigerator, a sink. Feel free to click around and take a look. We have a changing station as well. Just another wellness initiative to make sure that our mothers are taken care of. As we take a look around, I'm gonna go ahead and take you over to our anatomy lab. Join me in our anatomy lab. Feel free to click around at this point. There's tons to see in the room. Again, we've got plenty of natural lighting just to brighten up the space. So as I make my way over here, I'm going to tell you we are a cadaverless campus. So what that means is we will have no cadavers on property at all. All of your anatomy will be learned in this space on this dissector table. So as you can see, we've got our cadaver here, and we've got some great tools that will allow you to kind of manipulate the body. So we've got our dissection tool here. So if we zoom in on the body, tap the body part, it will go away. And there's also a great highlight tool. So what you can do is highlight another part of the body. As you can see, it's now highlighted in purple. Not only are the students learning anatomy, but at the same time, that part is also highlighted on the scan, which is what students are going to do in a hospital setting. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. A lot of research was put into making this decision to go cadaverless at OCOM, and the studies show that students get the same, if not better, results learning virtually than they would with a cadaver. So there are also some pros that come alongside with learning from this dissector table. First and foremost, students are given an iPad as part of their tuition that's preloaded with this same application. So if a student has a concern or wants to revisit something that they learned in class earlier, they can just open up their iPad back in the comfort of their own home and kind of go over those areas again. You can't exactly roll your cadaver into your apartment after class. Additionally, there's an awesome feature that is an undo button on the dissector table. If you make a mistake with the cadaver, you're kind of stuck with that mistake, but with the tables, you can undo and try again. And then finally, every student really gets that same opportunity, the same firsthand experience cutting into the cadaver for the first time. When you're with a real cadaver, really that first student in line is the only one that's getting that opportunity, and everyone following them is kind of just cutting in again after them. Whereas with the virtual, they can go ahead and everyone will have the same chance to cut into the cadaver for the first time. So again, feel free to click around. There's lots to see in here. In addition to those dissector tables, there's also books, coloring books. You'll see tons of dioramas around the room as well that students can use as they learn their anatomy at OCOM. Join me in our research lab. I definitely encourage you to click around. There is a lot to see in here. This is a level 2 NIH wet lab, and I would say during interview day, the most popular question we get asked is, how does research at OCOM work? And the answer to that is research is highly encouraged and available to any student that wants to participate. Whether that is starting their own research project from scratch, if maybe they started a research project from undergrad that they want to carry on at their time at OCOM, or even if they want to partner with one of our faculty members that's currently conducting research. All of that is highly encouraged and available to any of our students. So again, just click around and take a look inside of our research lab. Check out this library. Most of our collateral is digital. There are hard copies of some books available as well. We also have a fantastic librarian that's available to help you with any sources or anything of that nature. But just click around and see how much space is available for our students to study. Even within the library, we have study rooms available for our students that want to reserve those spaces for even quieter study. And as you click around and you see the window behind us, if you're here just right, you might be able to check out some of the area attractions fireworks at night. Also though, if you keep clicking, you can see another great view of our chandelier from up here as well. It is stunning. You can see it shimmering from the highway. It's probably one of my favorite parts about OCOM. So now that we're concluding in the library, I'm going to take you over to our media room. As we make our way to the media room, if you click over to the side, you'll see our tech lounge. That's available for any students. Like I mentioned in the other room, you get an iPad as part of your tuition. So if you have issues with the iPad or the applications that are loaded on it, they can take care of you over there. I'm going to take a minute here, just click around and really take in the space. It's such a beautiful, open, airy spot, and I love to point this out on every tour, just to take in the beauty that is the atrium. So as we make our way to the media room, just want to explain what it entails. So this is top of the line media equipment that's available for any faculty, staff, or student that might want to use it. So faculty might use it maybe to record their lectures. We have staff members that might record podcasts. I know some of our students are already filming some podcasts. So this space is available to anyone to use however they wish. It's an awesome space and there's some great technology in here as well. Now we're going to continue down the hallway. Down these hallways, you'll see a variety of study rooms. So these rooms are going to be used for two things. First being our case-based learning. At OCOM, our curriculum is very focused on smaller group learning. So what case-based learning is in these study rooms, it's going to be up to 8 students and 1 physician that are overseeing the case. So the students will be presented a case directly related to whatever they're learning in class at the time. So if they are learning about the cardiovascular system, they're going to be presented a case about that. And under the supervision of the physician, the group of students will kind of dig into the case, go over the symptoms of the patient, come up with a diagnosis and a care plan, while the physician is in here kind of just overseeing that process. If you click around in the room, you'll see tons of bright light again. Each room is equipped with a monitor that has an Apple TV in it, so students can cast whatever's on their iPad up on the TV. They all have whiteboards, so these spaces are great for collaboration as well. When the case-based learning is not using these spaces, they're available to students who can reserve the rooms in advance. That way they can have their own private study time as well. The rooms can be reserved right on the screens. If you click around, you can see what I'm talking about. Or there's an application that allows them to reserve the rooms in advance. That way they have the confidence knowing that they have a room waiting for them when they get to OCOM. So we're going to continue down the hallway and then I'll show you one more thing. We've now made our way up to the third floor. Up here is primarily administrative, so this is where students will meet with their professors for their office hours. They'll have access to the student services team, so financial aid, the registrar, anything like that. Up here is also where our full-time learning specialist is, so if students have struggles with a particular subject or they're having trouble with testing or anything like that, they can meet with our learning specialist. Up here, there's also our full-time mental health counselor that's available to all of our students. If they need help with anything outside of office hours, they'll also have access to 24/7 telehealth for that reason as well. So speaking of our testing accommodations, we have a testing room available to students that might have any special accommodations. So you'll see in here, just a little testing room if they need more time taking a test or any special accommodations that will take place in here. We are now back in our atrium area. Go ahead and click around and just really enjoy the architecture that went into this building. You'll see tons of natural lighting and floor-to-ceiling windows. You'll see as I make my way to the bottom of the stairs, there's some great artwork that was custom designed for OCOM. So click around and check that out. And last chance to take a look at our stunning chandelier that we love so much. Thank you so much for joining me today on our virtual tour. It was so great to get to show you virtual anatomy, the OMM lab, our simulation area, and so much more. If you're interested in seeing OCOM in person, we typically host an open house monthly. If you visit ocom.org/admissions, all of the upcoming dates are available and you can RSVP there. Again, thank you so much and we hope to see you at OCOM soon.